You know, you and me, we're more ghosts than people.
Arthur Morgan is one of the most complex protagonists in gaming history, and his story is shaped by the choices players make. But this raises a crucial question. Which honor level for Arthur is actually canon? Did Rockstar have a definitive version of Arthur in mind, or is it truly left to the player? The answer isn't as simple as it seems, but if we dig deep into the game's story, dialogue, symbolism, and even behind the mao, Arthur Morgan is one of the most complex protagonists in gaming history, and his story is shaped by the choices players make. Scenes comments, we can uncover some strong evidence for one particular answer. So, saddle up, because we're about to break it all down. Red Dead Redemption 2's honor system isn't just a morality meter. It's one of the most defining aspects of Arthur Morgan's character arc. Unlike many games where morality is just a game mechanic with minor consequences, RDR2 ties it directly into the story, shaping Arthur's personality, relationships, and ultimate fate. In contrast, low honor casts him as a hardened outlaw, a man who succumbs to cruelty and bitterness. From how NPCs interact with him to the visual details in his final moments, the honor level influences everything. It's not just about points on a meter, it's about the essence of who Arthur becomes. But here's the thing, Rockstar didn't just make these two versions equal in storytelling weight. There are several key details that suggest one version of Arthur is favored in the overall narrative. Let's focus on the high honor path, the version that many argue is the canon Arthur. Throughout the game, Arthur's inner conflict is palpable. His diagnosis of tuberculosis isn't just a plot twist. It's a mirror that forces him to confront his mortality and moral shortcomings. Arthur's journal entries become a window into his soul. When he has high honor, the words are reflective, filled with remorse and the desire to atone. He writes about the weight of his sins and the hope of redemption. The quiet moments, where he sits by the fire or gazes at the stars, reveal a man who understands that he's more than just an outlaw. Remember the scene where Arthur helps John Marston? In that moment, we see a man willing to sacrifice his own safety for someone he cares about. The high honor Arthur is driven by a deep-rooted need to protect the innocent, to give others a chance at a new life. It's a poignant contrast to the low honor Arthur, whose actions are marred by selfishness and regret. The high honor ending is cinematic gold. As Arthur watches the sunrise one last time, the camera lingers on his face, a portrait of acceptance and peace. This isn't just an ending, it's a carefully crafted moment that screams redemption. Compare this to the low honor ending, where Arthur's final moments are a harsh, brutal fade out into darkness, a stark reminder of a life spent on the wrong side of morality. Arthur's journey isn't traveled alone. The reactions of those around him further underscore the impact of his honor level. Characters like Rainsfall and Sister Calderon play pivotal roles. In high honor routes, their encouragement to find peace and redemption resonates deeply. Their words are gentle nudges toward a future that could have been better. A future where Arthur isn't defined solely by his past misdeeds. Mary Linton, Arthur's old flame, delivers one of the most heart-wrenching moments in the game. In the high honor path, her words, "You're a good man, Arthur Morgan," are laden with hope and regret. It's as if she sees the man he could have been, a man capable of redemption despite his sins. Even Dutch, the gang leader with grand ideals, shows hints of conflicted emotion. His subtle acknowledgement, "You changed a man's life, Arthur, and I am grateful," in the high honor ending speaks volumes. It's an acknowledgement that even in a world of betrayal and violence, there is room for transformation. In Red Dead Online, the way Arthur's grave is marked, with flowers rather than a simple marker, suggests that his memory is cherished. This is a nod to the high honor path, hinting that the legacy Rockstar intended was one of redemption and lasting impact. Rockstar isn't just a storyteller, they're masterful directors. Every frame, every musical cue is designed to evoke emotion and reinforce narrative themes. In the high honor ending, the hauntingly beautiful track "May I Stand Unshaken" plays as Arthur faces his final moments. The melody is both somber and uplifting, capturing the essence of a man who stands tall even in the face of death. It's as if the music itself is a prayer for his soul, a final testament to his journey towards redemption. The visual contrast between the two endings is stark. High Honor Arthur's parting shot is bathed in the soft glow of the rising sun, a symbol of hope, new beginnings, and peace. In contrast, the Low Honor ending plunges us into a world of shadows and despair, where Arthur's life fades away in a grim, unremarkable manner. These images aren't accidental. They're a deliberate choice to underscore the thematic difference between redemption and damnation. Notice how the camera lingers on Arthur's face in the High Honor ending, capturing every nuance of regret, acceptance, and relief. It's a visual farewell that leaves a lasting impression. The Low Honor ending, however, uses quick cuts and darker tones, reflecting a fractured, tormented soul. While the evidence for High Honor is compelling, we must explore the alternative. What if Rockstar intended for Arthur to walk the darker path? The American frontier is unforgiving. In many ways, the Low Honor path is a reflection of that raw, unvarnished reality. A man who descends into bitterness and violence is, in a tragic sense, more authentic to the brutal nature of the Wild West. The Low Honor Arthur is not redeemed. He's a victim of the world's relentless cruelty. For some, staying loyal to Dutch and the outlaw life means succumbing to the very ideologies that led to the gang's downfall. In the Low Honor ending, Arthur's tragic descent is a cautionary tale, a man who loses himself in a cycle of loyalty and betrayal. His end, bleak and unheroic, mirrors the collapse of the Van der Linde dream. Rockstar has always championed player agency. The fact that players can choose between High and Low Honor suggests that both paths have narrative validity. The Low Honor route is not just a failure of character, it's a reflection of a different kind of truth. That sometimes, the darkness within us is as real and as powerful as the desire for redemption. There's a visceral, gut-wrenching quality to the Low Honor path. It forces players to confront the consequences of their choices head-on. Yet, this path lacks the poetic closure found in the High Honor ending, a closure that, according to many fans and even some of Rockstar's hints, might be closer to what the developers truly envisioned. When you look back at the promotional materials for RDR2, you notice a consistent portrayal of Arthur as a man on the edge of transformation. The trailers emphasize his internal struggle, the weight of his past, and his yearning for a better future. This subtle messaging reinforces the idea that High Honor is the canon path. Even in Red Dead Online, the markers of Arthur's memory, such as the floral tribute at his grave, hint at a legacy defined by redemption. It's as if the developers wanted to ensure that, regardless of player choice, the High Honor Arthur is remembered as the one who made a lasting, positive impact. And now, perhaps the most compelling evidence comes directly from the man who brought Arthur Morgan to life. Roger Clark, Arthur's voice actor, has openly stated in interviews that the High Honor version of Arthur is indeed the canon narrative. According to Clark, Arthur's journey was written as a redemption arc, a story where, despite all his flaws and misdeeds, there was always hope for him to find peace before his inevitable end. His confirmation isn't just a personal opinion. It's a reflection of the narrative core that Rockstar built into the game. When you hear Clark's voice talk about Arthur, you sense a profound connection to the character's internal battle. His affirmation that High Honor is the intended path only deepens the emotional resonance of the redemption arc, urging us to consider that Arthur's true legacy is one of hope and transformation. So, after sifting through cinematic imagery, character interactions, thematic music, and even behind-the-scenes insights, what's the final answer? Every clue, from the poetic sunrise in the High Honor ending to the heartfelt interviews from the creative team, and most definitively, Roger Clark's confirmation, points to one conclusion: High Honor Arthur is the canon version. His redemption arc isn't just one possible outcome. It's the narrative that Rockstar has subtly and powerfully embedded throughout the game. That said, Rockstar's genius lies in offering us both paths. The Low Honor route, though dark and tragic, is a valid exploration of a man consumed by his own inner demons. It reminds us that in the world of Red Dead, every decision carries weight and every consequence is real. In the end, while you might control Arthur's choices, the story itself whispers a singular truth. Redemption, no matter how fleeting, is the light that pierces the darkness, and that light is embodied in High Honor Arthur. So, do you agree? Is High Honor Arthur the true canon version, or do you think Rockstar left it completely open-ended? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Red Dead lore, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.